Hey guys, it's Gabby Lobbin. I recorded some of my workouts for you so that I can show you here some of my favorite exercises and how to use them to get yourself a full body workout for any level of athlete. Before I work out, I like to put some fuel in the tank and turn on some music to get myself in the mood and ready to go. I usually start with my harder movements or my compound movements. Usually that's my lower body work. So a big part of this for me is squats and deadlifts, and I also do some activation work to make sure that I can feel my glutes working while I'm doing my workout. I add these resistance bands around my knees to help myself from keeping my knees from falling in as I'm doing the exercises, and I also have one around my feet to make the movements harder. Something about these workouts is that it is a full body workout, even though you don't see that I have my calves, delts, and like every muscle on there. They're all being worked because those are your accessory muscles, and with greater movements or compound movements, it takes your whole body to do the work. So you'll see as you're working out, you want to keep your chest up, you want to keep your core engaged, your knees and toes pointed outward. Don't let your knees go over your toes. You also don't want to let your head fall down to your chest because it's easier to keep your head up if you're looking forward. When you deadlift and squat, it's okay and it's natural to let your butt kind of fall back or poke back. It might feel a little weird, but that is the proper stance. You do need to use your muscles like a hinge. It's a hinge movement. The bulk of my workouts are usually compound movements, and you'll see I do squats and deadlifts in 2 different variations to make sure to get all the different muscle groups. And it also helps with posture because things like deadlifting work your back as well, not just your lower body. Kersey lunges can be a little bit difficult. Just remember to keep your balance, sit your butt back, and take your time so you don't tip yourself over. Just like with any workout, it's really important to keep your core engaged, your shoulders back, and your head up. My arms, I usually work in higher rep ranges because I use a lower resistance band. I personally usually do legs and glutes 2 to 3 times a week, and my arms I'll do once or twice. Working your back and shoulders gives you the illusion of a smaller waist. It gives you better posture, which is much better for your body. And, of course, who doesn't like to actually feel strong? It's a super common misconception that when girls start actually working out hard and lifting heavy weights, they become bulky, but trust me, it takes a lot of time, a lot of food, and a really strict training regimen to actually get that bulky. So you have nothing to worry about if you're just doing home workouts, resistance bands, and even some moderate weightlifting, which I do recommend. Just a few months ago when my stomach issues had gotten really bad, I had stopped working out for a while, and now that I've gotten back into it, I can definitely tell a difference. So I have been working myself up the way that anyone should when they're just starting or just restarting. Don't feel bad if you can't just get through a full workout doing who even knows how many reps, because it's different for everybody. So depending on the equipment that you have and where you're starting from, just start in the 5 to 8 rep range and then keep doing multiple sets until you feel as if you get a good workout. Definitely record your workouts, even if you're not taking them on video. Write them down so that you can make sure that you're making progressions at least every week, every other week, something, to know that you're working harder than last time. Like I mentioned before, most compound movements will work your accessory muscles as well, but you still want to make sure to be working your full body, doing each movement correctly, feeling each muscle, and also if you feel as if you have any muscle imbalances, or if your healthcare provider even brings up to you, then there are ways to fix it with lateral and isolation movements, such as this one. There's all kinds of isolation work that you can do, and even if there's just a specific muscle that you're looking to get stronger or bigger, there is isolation work for you to do that. This takes us to our last movement, or our finisher. I like to have one exercise at the end of my workout that I know for me is a little harder, or maybe works more muscles than the rest of them, or even I just make it more difficult. As you can see, I have added bands, and for this I did about twice as many reps as all my other lower body workouts. Or some people call this a burnout, but I just enjoy doing this because I like that jelly leg feeling when I'm done my workout. So that's the end of part one. The resistance training, that brings us to core work. So since your core gets worked when you do other things like squatting, deadlifting, and all those other compound movements, I usually only train my core once or twice a week. I don't really like to do it every day. I know that you can, but for me it's just personally too much. Depends on the person. You might like it, I don't. So I train my lower abs more because genetically that's where I store more fat. I'm weaker down there. It's not strong part of my body, so I work it more. I also do glute bridges again because I think those are like an OP workout, just like deadlifts. They work your back and everything too, and they're great to incorporate in your routine. Don't forget your obliques. People think that it makes your waist blocky. No, 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 it does not. It can if you overtrain them, but again, it takes a lot of training, a lot of supplementation, a lot of food, and most people just aren't doing that. I think you guys remember these ones from gym class. So I said on my Instagram that this was my most requested video, and I don't mean just on YouTube. I've been asked for my workout routine since high school, and this last thing, this is the secret that I would never really tell any of you guys that asked me in school, and I'm sorry, I know, I should have just told you, but this is called a stomach vacuum. This is actually kind of what bodybuilders use, you know, when they do those big poses where they just look super huge up top and super tiny waist. You pull your belly button into your spine. You want to work the muscle that's underneath your abdominal muscles that show. The one underneath is called your transverse abdominis. It's your body's natural corset. Also try these moves that I didn't show. So as my stomach's getting better and I'll be getting better, I'm going to post for you guys more. So I hope that this kind of helped you guys out a little bit, put some ideas in your head. And like I always say, my Instagram's in the description. Reach out to me if you need help or have any questions. I'm also going to be posting my full yoga routine, my full stretching routine, and in that I'll talk a little more about cardio. So yeah, I hope that this helps, and I hope you guys have a great day. So bye.